Hey guys, welcome back to the Wall Street Bull. Anthony here. I hope you're all doing well and staying positive out there. It is never a dull and boring moment in crypto, finance, or the stock market. That is why I love doing daily market updates. Now, we are live. It is the 13th of May, 2024. Welcome everybody to the live stream. I am running 1 minute late tonight because of this little princess right down here. Because we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is Gucci, my little Frenchie. Let me know if you can all hear me well and truly clear. If there is any lag or anything like that, let me know right now in the live chat. Yes, we are live. It has been a chaotic day today. I'm going to put her down now. Just let her run around. Let me know in the live chat. We'll wait for a few more people to get into the live, ladies and gents. It has been a very interesting day in the crypto markets. Very, very interesting right here. Now we've got 60 people jumping in right now. I'm going to see all of your comments. Amazing, Boris. Thank you very much. I'm glad you can hear me right now. We've got Shane. Great work, Bull. XRP ready to fly. Yes, I'm incredibly bullish on XRP. Let's have a look here. We've got Peter in the house from the Netherlands. We've got James from the UK. We've got Trisso right here. Joe Campbell from Northumberland in the UK. Molly from New Zealand. Spain in the house. Perth. Shannon, how you going, mate? Facts straight up. Always facts and straight up on my channel. That is for sure. Cornwall in the United Kingdom. We've got Chicago in the house. What else? We've got Colorado. Sunny Queensland. Ain't too sunny in Melbourne, though. That's the freaking problem. Let's have a look here. I'm going to say hi to everybody tonight. Let's go. Hey, man. Newish view. Subscriber. Loving the morning updates. No worries. CPT Turk. St. Louis. Daniel Marshall. Love dude from South Coast, UK. West London. Buffalo, NY. Brisbane, Australia. Hi from Poland. How are we all doing? You know what? And this is the thing I love about cryptocurrencies, right? It literally brings the entire planet together. This is why it's so freaking cool, ladies and gents. Very, very cool. And gosh, I've been so freaking busy the last couple of days. I needed the weekend off because I was going to rip my hair out. And I'm keeping it short these days. But I needed some time off. Because I'll tell you what though, like a lot of people don't understand like YouTube it's hard work. Like it's a lot of work. So sometimes you get burnout and you do need some time off. Let's have a look here. Hi Timothy, how are you? We've got Lake Como. Is that Como or Corno? Como. Lake Como is one of my favorite places in Italy, especially in Bellagio if that's the case. We've got DC, Victoria's in the house. Let's have a look here. Do you have any clue when the criminals at the SEC will make the decision about Ethereum? We'll get into that after. I'm going to do all of your questions. So again, there's 95 people in here. I think there's enough to get actually going with this. But Ballarat's in the house as well. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get to the questions at the end, and I'm going to give you my opinions on things and where things are heading at the moment, but it's absolutely wild. There's quite a lot to go through. Anyway, let's get into the live stream. Big shout out and thank you to every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you are new, make sure you smash the subscribe button down there and turn on that little bell notification because as you can see right here, even on the lives, I absolutely love documenting my journey with investing, with cryptos, dividend stocks, growth stocks, talking about passive income, building financial freedom, and of course my goal at the end of the day is to build generational wealth. So come along this incredible journey. Things are getting insane in this space. Also, if you can give this video and live stream a thumbs up, watch it straight through, would really help me push this channel out to a lot more people because the YouTube algorithm is absolute magic when you find, ladies and gentlemen, do that, all right? So make sure you give it a good old thumbs up. It doesn't cost you any money. It's down there. Kiss it, hug it, do whatever you got to do. Press it a few times. I don't care. I'm not going to say anything rude on here because I'll probably get banned and blacklisted. But guys, smash the thumbs up. Also, little disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research and due diligence for this stuff, all right? And yeah, we're live and Gucci's going to keep barking. I never know what she's going to do. This is the beauty about doing lives right now. There you go. See what I mean? We never know what she's going to freaking do. I can't control her. She's the princess of the freaking house. There you go. Anyway, Do your own research, bulls, because this is for entertainment and education purposes only. All right, now again, if you're new to the live stream, welcome to the live stream. I love doing these because it allows me to speak to everyone in my community. And honestly, guys, thank you so much to those 67,500 people. That is a lot of freaking people that tune into my live streams and videos every single day from all parts of the world. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, we're going to get into all of the news right now. And this one I came across this afternoon, and I thought it was effing hilarious, all right? Everyone knows Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JPMorgan, right? He hates cryptocurrency. He hates Bitcoin. He's been shitting on it for so long. Absolutely hates it. Then this came out today, which I saw. So the JPMorgan, the largest financial bank in the United States, owns approximately $1 million worth of Bitcoin spot ETF shares, according to the filing with the SEC. I thought that was hilarious. I knew for a fact that Jamie Dimon from JPMorgan was going to get involved with Bitcoin some way, shape, or form. He's literally bought the ETFs. Now, again, this is called allocation. He's not going to miss out on the gains from, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It's as simple as that. He's just not going to miss out on this. And I thought it was freaking hilarious because he's been shitting on it for so long. And of course, JPMorgan, SEC filing, they bought the ETF. So I wonder if he's actually bought BlackRock. I'd be curious about it. I'm going to go more into that. Top altcoins in my portfolio this morning, there were some gems, all right? We have Star Atlas, a really cool, spacey sort of, futuristic game. I'm into this stuff. I love all of that. Like, I'm a full nerd when it comes to this shit. I love it. So we have Star Atlas, right? Solargenic, we have Hedera, XYO, and Sui. These were the top altcoins in my portfolio, and we'll get to my portfolio at the end. Of course, that's a given. Elon Musk literally quoting the Federal Reserve works basically like Monopoly, right? Comparing again the reserve system to Monopoly board game. Of course, it's just fake money. And look at this. What if the bank runs out of money? This is interesting, right? He actually tweeted this the other day. Some players think the bank is bankrupt if it runs out of money. The bank never goes bankrupt. To continue playing, use slips of paper to keep track of each player's banking transactions until the bank has enough paper to operate again. The banker may issue new money on slips of ordinary paper. It's just BS. They're just printing money out of thin air. And by the way, there was an animation that I saw today and I retweeted it. We're going to watch that as well. So stick around. Yes, this is hilarious. My financial advisor, not that, I have a financial advisor because I don't really need one, but telling me basically buying Bitcoin is risky. Me, 100% Bitcoin. Totally agree with that. Absolutely hilarious. Now, I put this up there on the weekend, or yesterday, and this stirred up the community, right? I love doing this because we have to have fun in this space, okay? XRP to reach $59,873. I'm just saying, right? I put it up because I knew it was going to stir up some people, and there's going to be, a lot of people commenting on this. And by the way, there's 150 comments in this, 290 likes. It just stirred up some stuff. However, on the flip side to that, we do have some interesting analysis about this, all right? Announcement of a settlement, it immediately shoots up to $18.57. We'll see what happens. There is updates in relation to the Ripple lawsuit continuing. There's a lot of documentation, and we could see something. I wouldn't say it's going to jump immediately to that figure, but anything's possible, right? September this year, I think Judge Torres will give a verdict on, the fine for the institutional sales by September. She's going to take some time to do that. Now, a banking partnership and integration. We know that the banks are already lining up, like Bank of America. We've got SBI in Japan. Many banks and institutions will start to use Ripple's on-demand liquidity. And again, it's just cost effective. And a lot of banks need that liquidity and they need to save that. So again, 257. Now, this is where it gets me, right? I've been wanting to buy Ripple's IPO or, their stock before it launches on Wall Street, because again, it's been an absolute nightmare. However, you need to be you need to have demonstrated, income of like $250,000 I believe it is. I'm not entirely sure. And basically then that would, allow you to buy on Uphold I'm fairly sure it's on Uphold or one of those websites. I can't remember. But yes, you can buy Ripple's stock before it actually goes live on Wall Street. This happens all the freaking time, by the way. I just want to point out. So it's amazing how this is allowed to happen on, you know, the traditional finance system. But when it comes to cryptocurrencies, right, they can't do it. Anyway, and yes, global CBDC integration. I think once these central bank digital currencies go live, things will get pretty crazy in this space. I mean, it is happening whether we like it or not. You know, we're going to be having the likes of, you know, digital IDs, WorldCoin, central bank digital currencies. Everything's going cashless. I know one fact, Macquarie Bank here in Australia anyway has gone completely cashless. So if you're with Macquarie Bank, you cannot get cash out. It's as simple as that. ATMs are disappearing. Central bank digital currencies will be going live fairly soon. I know they're trialing that already as we speak. Anyway, welcome to the live stream, by the way. Let's go to coin market cap. And again, I love doing this because we can see that Bitcoin, it literally peaked up around about $63,000 today, but it's just dropped down slightly today. But 2.31 trillion in the total market cap, 5.74% it is down today. Volumes at $54 billion. Dominance, of course, for Bitcoin sitting at 53%. And of course, Ethereum sitting there at 15.57% as well. So again, there is an interview with Brad Garlinghouse, and he did mention in that interview as well. I did post that up on my YouTube channel. You know, XRP was the second most valuable crypto out there back in 2018 before, you know, the speech was given from the, I can't remember his freaking name, forgive me, at the SEC, and literally destroyed XRP. And I think that was on purpose. Then, of course, Ethereum overflipped that. Now we go down to here. The perpetuals right now sitting at $164 billion, and futures is at $3.6 billion right now. So again, fear and greed index sitting at 52 as well, moving to neutral. So we're all neutral right now, but see this market cap right here, and you know, this is the perfect time that I like to dollar cost average into my assets. Everyone should not be buying at the top, they should be buying at the bottom. Perfect time to dollar cost average. Having a quick look at the prices now, Bitcoin sitting at 62,575. It did peak above 63,000 earlier, well, this evening. And Ethereum's at 2,959. Solana is at $144 US. I bought this at 22 Australian dollars. I've been holding it ever since. Very nice. XRP's at 50 cents. Scrolling down, Doge at 14 cents. Cardano, 44 cents, up 1.25%. Polkadot sitting at $6.7 right now. We have Chainlink at $13. I'm incredibly bullish on Chainlink. ICP $11 as well. Ethereum Classic, I am trading that $26. Hedera at 10 cents. Gem, scrolling down right here. Crow, I get a lot of questions about exchange-based cryptocurrencies such as Crow or BNB or OKB. I'm not into that. I mean, it's just purely used for that purpose, which is exchange. I'm focused on real-world utility here. Immutable X, $2.11. With $2.95. Did anyone actually buy this when it was going parabolic a few weeks ago? I've stopped investing in meme coins. I really have, and I'm purely focusing on utility, of course. But let me know in the live chat about that one. When we are live, and I see a lot of smiley faces and laughing right here. It's awesome. I'll get to every single one of you guys. Optimism, $2.53. Sui's at 97 cents. There is an integration with Sui right now. I've mentioned this previously on my channel. Very, very bullish right there on Sui. Theta is at $2. I was dollar cost averaging in Theta at like 14 to 20 Australian dollars. So again, incredibly undervalued, and their patents are incredible. Algorand, 17 cents, part of my banking coin list. Say's at 49 cents. WorldCoin, $5.71. Quant is at $96. This is literally getting to my dollar cost averaging point where I basically bought into Quant. If it drops anymore, I'm going to buy more. And I just continue to dollar cost average anyway. So anyway, we'll keep moving on. Flares at 2 cents. Scrolling down, let's have a look here. I get so many people talking to me about Jasmy. That's at 1 cent right now. I do not hold that. I'm just putting that out there. And that is pretty much it for that. Now, if you're new to the live stream, welcome to the live stream. Let me know where you're from around the world. As always, I do see your comments right here. Norway's in the house. Let's have a look here. JP in the house. Let's have a look here. ICP. Bill Hinman. Yes, that's his freaking name. Thank you, CPT Turk. I appreciate that. Bill Hinman. That absolute flog that decided to resign from the SEC after giving his speech. on Ethereum and cryptocurrencies, and basically, yeah, it destroyed Ripple, and that's when everything sort of went pear-shaped and the lawsuit started. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bill Hinman. There we go. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. Graham, you do make me laugh. Don't buy at the top. You say if you are buying silver and gold, you're buying at the top. Yeah, well, personally, I don't, look, I'll get into that later, but I don't invest in gold and silver because it's a pain in the ass to store because you actually have to physically have a vault in your house. It's too difficult. So you can, do as you wish on that. Anyway, let's move on. Yes, I've got the Wall Street Bull University linked below. This is my official Patreon page where I put up all my buys, sells, trades, indicators, news before I go live on the channel. Absolutely everything to do with the news. I post up in the community tab as well. You can speak to everybody here. It's absolutely awesome. And there's 1,995 posts. I think we're at like 920 members right now. Obviously, partly because some of them are the free members. I've got a free membership to this and I've got the paid version. It's entirely up to you. You can do as you wish. Again, I've got all my dividend investing stocks, which I put up this morning and the other day. You can copy all my trading bots that I've got running on 3 Commas, OKX, and Bybit. It's all in there, guys. It's just a really awesome community. So thank you to all of you that have joined up to this. I really appreciate it. You guys absolutely rock. Having a look at 3 Commas. Now, again, I've got a few bots set up here. Now, my spot trading bots, again, I mention this all the time on the channel. I've set and forget these. They're doing their thing. That is pretty much it. And it's doing quite well. It actually is doing incredibly well. So I'm trading Bitcoin, I'm trading Ethereum, I'm trading Immutable X, Chainlink, AVAX, Ethereum Classic, as I mentioned, XRP, Cardano, Polkadot, Matic. These spot trading bots are really nice and simple, right? I hate complicated stuff. I don't have time to sit in front of charts and analyzing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Technical analysis, that's fine. This simplifies everything for me, right? And I've been using 3 Commas now for a long time, and they are an official partner of the channel. Now, again, it's very, very straightforward. Bot actions. I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to open it up. The app is awesome, by the way. This is a relatively new application, whereas prior to this, you needed to use desktop. So again, as you can see, I've got my OKX account because I'm still trading on OKX, the spot market. I just want to give you a quick update, all right? Just also, by the way, there was something interesting that happened during the week. I don't know if anyone's still using OKX, and if you are, let me know in the live chat. There is a thing that had to change because of the regulatory constraints that OKX, had to abide by. That is becoming a wholesale client, right? I got through the 15 questions, that phase, and it was interesting to see what happened with that because you have to answer questions now in order to qualify. Then what happened was once you've qualified and gotten through the 15 questions, the only way you can get access to derivatives trading or leverage trading on OKX, you need a letter from your accountant, no BS, letter from your accountant. You have to have $2.5 million of assets under management, or basically in assets. Also, you need to be earning $250,000 plus a year. Or if you're a company, you have to be holding $10 million in gross assets, right? How wild is this? I didn't get qualified for that, which is wild. And again, this is just the control that the Australian government puts on crypto traders. It's ridiculous. So still finalizing that and going through the paperwork, but those 15 questions were probably the hardest questions I've ever had to answer. It's absolutely crazy. Anyway, moving back, I'm still spot trading on there. So again, my base order is 100 USDT. Open new trade ASAP. You can use whatever indicator you want. RSI, Bollinger Bands, MACD, whatever you like, whatever tickles your fancy, you can use that. I'm taking 1.5% profits off every on every deal. And again, this trades for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My safety order is at 200 USDT. Here are all the parameters. You can literally copy these from the Patreon as well. And that is pretty much it. I just set and forget, right? So you can set this up on as many crypto pairs as you want. Showing you on OKX what's going on here. And again, I haven't got that much capital launched in this because there was some massive liquidations. Going here, we've got on the week, we're up 158. I'm not complaining about that. On the month, we're up 259. Nice. That is pretty much it. I'm waiting till the market's a lot calmer. I actually am. Here are the open orders at the moment, sitting at 20. At the moment, we've got IMX, Solana, blah, blah, blah. You can see it all here. And Gucci wants to go outside, but she can wait. She has to wait. Baba, come here. Anyway, she's running amok. But yeah, guys, so it's really straightforward trading software that allows you to trade the markets 24 hours a day. Anyway, that's all in the Wall Street Bull University. Go check it out. Probably get in trouble posting up, stuff on how to do this and trade because it would be considered financial advice. But anyway, that is all there for you, ladies and gents. Let's move on to crypto bubbles and have a look what's going on here. Interestingly, not even an hour ago, I should say, this was all green. So it's a sea of red at the moment. Everything's dropped back down. This is what happens. Dollar cost averaging opportunities. World coin sitting at $5.73. It's up 9.1% on the month. In actual fact, let's do this, right? Let's go to the year. Let's go wild. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Long term. You've got to think and zoom out on the charts. Solana's up 594% this year at $145. I love Solana. I think it's definitely undervalued. And, a lot of institutions are talking about Solana, right? Let's go to Hedera, up 111% this year. That is at 10 cents right now. Incredibly undervalued. Toncoin is up 276% this year at $7. There's a lot of integration going on with Telegram, the messaging app, which is great, by the way. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. 99%. That's at 14 cents. Very nice. There you go. You can see Gucci's running around right now. Very, very cool. So there are still incredible buying opportunities out there still to this very moment. And let's have a look at Ethereum. It's up 64% this year. I don't really like Ethereum. I don't like the founders of it. I think they're a bit shady. And yeah, I think it may be targeted by Gary Gensler and the SEC. Moving on, let's get into the news because there's quite a bit going on here. The Department of Justice appoints the FRA to oversee Binance following the $4.3 billion settlement, which is insane amounts of money right now, right? So the Department of Justice selects FRA to monitor Binance after the $4.3 billion penalty for legal violations. And let's have a look. This is Forensic Risk Alliance to oversee cryptocurrency platform Binance following its admission of violating US anti-money laundering laws, resulting in a hefty $4.3 billion fine. FRA was chosen over Sullivan and Cromwell due to the latter's involvement in the failed crypto exchange FTX. And this decision has been well received by the legal crypto communities who criticized Sullivan and Cromwell for failing to detect significant fraud at FTX. Do you think they failed at it, or do you think it was on purpose? Interesting. Now, again, everyone loves a bit of an XRP price prediction. I love having fun with this. But by 2025, could it hit $250 US? Well, anything is possible. Now, crypto analyst and digital content creator Block Bull, there's a lot of bulls in this space, has recently forecasted a massive increase in XRP's value, potentially reaching $250 by 2025. This prediction is supported by analysis of historical market trends, especially those related to Bitcoin halving events. Critical periods in cryptocurrency markets when the reward for mining transactions is halved. Again, we haven't even seen the full value of this halving right now. It takes a long time to do that. I'm just going to skip these ads because it's going to pop up right here. Let's go here. Awesome. Let's have a look here. Critical periods in the crypto markets when the reward for mining transactions is halved, thereby reducing the supply of new Bitcoin and historically, triggering price increases across the market. Block Bull's analysis includes detailed study of XRP's price movements from its 2017 surge to its peak in 2021, emphasizing the role of Bitcoin's halving events. Block Bull says that each market cycle, approximately 77 weeks from a breakout point to its peak, has been identified as a significant period for a price increase in XRP. So those of you who want to know, just be patient with it. We're still getting there. Furthermore, the popular analyst believes that the cycles show a predictable pattern where XRP's value spikes following a reduced supply of Bitcoin's subsequent market dynamics. And XRP is currently the seventh most valuable crypto asset with a market cap of around $27.2 billion, despite the recent dip. According to the analyst right here, the overreaching analysis suggests substantial future growth. And yes, there is substantial growth with this, but people need to be patient because everyone's impatient, right? Now, again, I'm going to get into this. I mentioned it before earlier. JPMorgan, the largest US bank, announces it owns Bitcoin ETFs. I think this is hilarious. $1 million worth of Bitcoin spot ETF shares, according to the filing with the SEC. The statement comes despite the bank's CEO, Jamie Dimon, having previously expressed strong anti-Bitcoin views. He He was advocating for this to be removed completely, which is not going to happen, Jamie. And Diamond has expressed skepticism towards Bitcoin, going so far as to call it a Ponzi scheme and a scam with no future as a currency. He consistently advised investors to stay away from the volatile digital asset. Next minute, he's buying it. However, the latest statement shows a divergence between the CEO's personal views and the bank's investment strategies. JPMorgan Chase is an authorized participant in BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF, a stark contrast to Diamond's public stance on cryptocurrency. Let me know in the live chat what you think about that. Are you a fan of Jamie Dimon? That is hilarious. It really is. Now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and by the way, I have got all these books here on holding up my microphone, but if you have not gotten that book, go get it. The link's in the video description. And very, very bullish on Rob Kiyosaki. I mean, he's stating absolute facts here, right? Renowned author and book of financial management, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has taken to his X account recently to endorse Bitcoin in light of signs of new global developments coming. He says Bitcoin is the best option now, along with several other assets, to protect oneself from the approaching US dollar crash. I mean, he's been talking about a crash for a very long time. But, you know, there's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and debt is just climbing. Even here in Melbourne, Australia. I mean, for those that live in Melbourne or in Australia, the debt is skyrocketing. It literally is skyrocketing, that they've had to cut back on a lot of things. It's just chaos. Terrible. And he talked about the country he is interested in at the moment, which is South Africa. He has been looking out for rumors about BRICS. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, planning to launch its own cryptocurrency, which will be possibly backed by gold, plenty of which can be mined in the BRICS regions. Yeah, and they're the most, you know, mineral or commodity-rich countries on the planet. So it's actual facts. Very, very nice to see that. And BRICS consists of multiple members, starting from its earliest members, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. In January 2024, the list was expanded as the UAE, Egypt, Iran, and Ethiopia were also accepted. And he basically tweeted that should the BRICS gold-backed crypto indeed launch, a massive amount of US dollars will start flowing back into the US, calls the US dollar fake money. He believes that the tremendous US dollar inflow will cause hyperinflation in the United States and will ultimately destroy the US dollar. And the financial expert reckons that the only way to protect oneself from the expected US dollar crash is to start buying Bitcoin, gold, and silver. Now, again, if anyone knows gold and silver, it's an absolute nightmare to store, but we'll see what happens. Now, the main point of my video today is this, because, you know, this would cause absolute chaos and a complete market crash. It literally would. Brad Garlinghouse said his views, you know, the other day on during an interview, that the US SEC is going after Tether, or USDT, which is the stable coin we all use to trade, buy, whatever you want to do, everything, right? There's two of them, USDT and USDC, stable coins. And obviously upcoming now is Ripple's stable coin, which we don't know the name of it yet. And if you do, let me know in the live chat, right? Let's get into this. But Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says it's clear that the United States government is going after stablecoin issuer Tether, which could have unpredictable impact on the crypto market. And Garlinghouse said on Wednesday, May 10th episode of World Class Podcast, there would be 100% be another crypto-related black swan event, like the collapse of subsequent uncovering fraud perpetuated by FTX executives. The US government is going after Tether. That is clear to me, he said, without elaborating and stopping short of suggesting any possible US action against Tether would be the next black swan. Basically, a mother of all crashes. And this would be huge because everyone trades with USDT. And I think it would be terrible. We don't know what Gary Guns is going to do. But he's instead called it an interesting one to watch. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, the Ripple boss said. He added he doesn't know how to predict what impact potential US regulatory action against Tether would have on the crypto ecosystem. Garlinghouse's comments come as Ripple plans to launch its own stablecoin, which I personally would use 100%. Right? This is just another part of Ripple's business, which I think is going to be incredible. Tether's Holdings is the parent company of a web of similarly named subsidiaries incorporated worldwide, responsible for various operations in issuing and managing the Tether USDT stablecoin, and the world's largest by market cap. Huge. In October 2023, Senator Cynthia Lummis, representative of French Hill, urged the Department of Justice in a letter to carefully evaluate the extent to which Binance and Tether are providing material support and resources to support terrorism. I don't think so. Tether responded to the letter saying it had always assisted law enforcement when asked and was fully committed to continue working with authorities globally. Bloomberg reported in November 2022 that the New York-based attorney Damian Williams took over earlier Justice Department probe into Tether's alleged concealment of crypto-linked funds from banks used to move cash. Now, the company has also been criticized for its lack of transparency regarding the reserve. I've been seeing this for a long time, right? Backing the USDT stablecoin in recent years has published quarterly and third-party audits. In October 2021, it paid $41 million fine to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, after the regulator said Tether misrepresented to its customers its reserve holdings and found it held sufficient fiat reserves to back USDT, only 27.6% of the days between June 1st, 2016 and February 25th, 2019. Ripple has plans to launch the US dollar stablecoin later this year in 2024, with Ripple Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz telling Cointelegraph in April that it would back its token with dollar deposits, short-term government treasuries, and other cash equivalents. And that is going to be incredible. I personally, let me know in the live chat, would you use Ripple's stablecoin, which we all know, is partnering up with the biggest banks on the planet, or would you continue to use USDT or USDC? I personally don't use USDC. I use USDT. Let me know in the live chat. I'm actually curious about that. But I mean, if the US government does go after Tether and something happens, this will be a major black swan event. I guarantee it would crash the entire crypto market. Look, I've been seeing this for years, but USDT, or I should say Tether, is too big to fail. It is enormous. Huge. Now, interesting one here, but Solana Foundation goes all in on blockchain as mainstream payments rail. I've been speaking about payment rails for a very long time now and real world utility. Absolutely huge, right? This is the future of payments. We're not going to go and get cash anymore. We just won't be doing that. It's all going to become digital payment rails of the future, right? The landscape of digital assets, blockchain, and Web3 technologies is undergoing a shift, in case you haven't freaking noticed, right? What was once considered theoretical or looked at askance in light of scandal volatility is now increasingly moving into practical use. It is important to know that crypto is not just Bitcoin and Doge and NFTs. Facts. Sheraz Sherry right here, head of payments of Solana Foundation, told PYMNTS blockchains are really alternative rails for payments and financial assets. However, there remains an ongoing challenge in accelerating cryptocurrency adoption, one that requires an evolution from awareness to adoption, particularly among senior leaders in financial services. And these senior leaders do not want the new system to come in because they are, how can you say, making a significant cut from that, right? If you think about mainstream, we are very early. Even on the awareness side of things, Cher said. That's because while crypto advocates possess deep insights into technology, there remains a critical need for education among executives in order for them to truly embrace exploring practical applications and future potential of cryptocurrencies within payments. As an example, people are super excited about all of these real-time payment systems. Cher said, imagine a global real-time payment system that runs with no central authority. Well, we have that with stablecoins running on a network like Solana. fully permissionless, decentralized instant settlement. Love that. Don't get distracted by the noise, he added. There is a lot of noise, but there is some interesting underlying technologies that are important for the financial services leaders to understand. And yes, compliance is definitely one of them. As much as it gives us the shits, we need compliance in this space. If there's going to be adoption and further growth, there needs to be compliance. The journey from theoretical understanding of crypto payments to a practical implementation of them is an innovative value transfer mechanism. It involves navigating long-held misconceptions about the space and enigmatically fragmented regulatory complexities. Big language, right? There's a lot of misconceptions with people in the financial services industry about compliance and regulation, and that they wouldn't want to touch a blockchain with a 10-foot pole. Lol. She has said, and I think in the past that there may have been true, but there are a whole new set of protocol level controls that exist now that provide even more fine-grained control than you often have with traditional financial rails. These advancements allow for confidentiality with auditability, control over which wallets can interact with assets, and the ability to perform reversible transactions or freeze or seize assets. This is a big one. We've seen this multiple times with many scammers and people that are stealing money. Assets have been frozen because they've been able to track it. Compliance is driving developments in the crypto industry and paving the way for innovation. Token extensions and native token program on Solana represent an advancement in tokenizing standards. These extensions, Share said, embed compliance features into tokens, allowing for fine-grained control over transactions. For confidentiality to transfer hooks, these features enable regulated entities to tokenize assets while adhering to compliance requirements. I think this is where the world needs to move anyway, because it's getting out of control, and people just need to wake up to what's happening in the world of cryptocurrency. This is the future. Now, go to cryptometer.io, and if you're new to the live stream, welcome. And let me know where you're from around the world. If you have any questions, we'll get to that in a moment. Net inflow today, we've got Ethereum, we have TRX, what else we've got here? Solargenics, Shiba Inu, Render, Pepe. I'm not investing in meme coins, but I do trade it. And of course, XRP right there. Very, very nice. That's where the money has been flowing. And of course, Bitcoin. People are always buying Bitcoin. Let's go to X. And there's some interesting ones here, but thank you to those 6,441 people. You guys absolutely rock. Johnny Deaton, legend. He's going well, by the way, and I hope he's elected to Congress. It's going to be incredible. Or senator, I should say. How good would that be? I would absolutely love that. Interestingly, today, El Salvador launches its $360 million Bitcoin treasury monitoring site, showcasing real-time data on its 5,748 Bitcoin holdings. That is nice to see that right there. As you can see, $360 million. That's a smart country. Moving on, Jelly, thank you for this one. Bitcoin has nearly completed a full reset back to the 100-day EMA, exponential moving average indicators. Bullish MACD crossed below the zero line, and the first high or low in a long time. It's looking good. There you go. For those TA or technical analysis heads that love doing this, there you go. So we're in the right place right now. This is wild, but just in, Apple said it would to be finalizing a deal with OpenAI to put ChatGPT on the iPhone. How cool is that? I love ChatGPT and OpenAI. I reckon it's incredible. The artificial intelligence that they're building is wild, especially with those robots that literally clean up your house and put things. There was a video that went out as well recently. I love it. Absolutely obsessed. I'm not going to get into this one because it's an absolutely long one right here, but this has all got to do with BNY Mellon sees success in distributed ledger technology being predicted on a 3 basic criteria network: efficient regulatory engagements and standards. Again, R3 quarter right here, Hyperledger. And this has all got to do with Ripple. Come on, BNY Mellon, enormous. Emily, thank you for this, but MasterCard, JPMorgan and Citibank reveal crypto plan for mass institutional adoption. Bullish. Some of Wall Street's biggest banks have revealed they are testing a system with Visa and MasterCard to tokenize their assets. This is they're not only doing this with Ripple, but they are definitely doing this with Solana. If you have not read the Visa white paper on Solana, I suggest you go do that. It will change your perspective on everything. Now, this is wild. Look at this. Canada. Canadians. increases capital gains tax to 66%. Governments are out of control. Prepare yourself. Canadians now have to pay 66% capital gains tax on all their profits over $250,000. What the F? So, if you're investing in cryptocurrencies, I know in Australia we get a discount if you're holding those crypto assets more than 12 months, or any investment for that matter, more than 12 months you do to get a discount. So, say for example, someone is lucky enough to buy a meme coin, right? That skyrockets 3,000 or 4,000% in a week or a month, 6 months, 8 months, 9, whatever it is. If you've made a few $1 million, you've literally got to pay 66% in capital gains tax. What do you think about that one? That is horrible. I mean, Australia's just the same anyway. I think we've got to pay something like 43% capital gains tax if you're selling within 12 months. I don't know. That's ridiculous. Governments are losing their minds around the world. Again, thank you for this one, Emily. But tomorrow on May 13th, parties and any third parties file ominous letter motions and also to file proposed redactions on such materials. This is continuing. Jeremy Hogan said, we're just waiting for the judge now. Yes, we are waiting for Judge Torres. She's going to be very fair in this, and I honestly don't believe she's going to enforce a $2 billion fine against Ripple. That is just madness right there, but we'll see what she does. She's incredible, by the way. That's awesome. Awesome. Bank of Canada warns financial system is on the brink. Prepare for the fallout. This is scary. Have a listen to this. Let me turn the volume up here, by the way, because I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me just bring that up. There we go. Let's play this.
Some indicators of financial stress have risen. At the same time, the valuations of some financial assets appear to have become stretched. This could increase the risk of a sharp correction that could generate system-wide stress. The recent rise in the use of leverage in non-bank financial institutions could amplify the effects of such a correction. Some indicators...
That's scary. So we could literally see collapsing banks on a more regular basis, and there's been quite a few of them recently. The wolf of Wall Street right now is Nancy Pelosi. Oh, gosh. I will say that her husband has made some incredible gains on Wall Street, okay, through some insider trading, but has she gone to jail? No. Has her husband gone to jail? No. They've just made their money and they're moving on, right? Crypto Rover, thank you for this one. There will be more than $3 billion in Bitcoin short liquidations once we hit 67,000 US dollars. I agree. Whale FUD right here. Bitcoin is on the verge of surpassing a trend line. Once it breaks out, anticipate a target Bitcoin price of $72,500. This is why I'm saying dollar cost average. Don't go FOMOing in. Dollar cost averaging. It doesn't matter where the market's at. You're consistently buying every single week. Interesting one here from Raoul Powell. Jamie Coots, CMT. This is an interesting thread, by the way. I'm just going to quickly read this. But by 2030, the combined market value of smart contract platforms, aka cryptocurrencies, driven by the expanding use of artificial intelligence agents, or AI, could reach between $15 trillion and $25 trillion. AI/blockchain growth model, excerpt from Real Vision, aka Raoul Powell, Goldman Sachs hedge fund manager. In the previous scenario, I assume that the 5 adoption factors drive growth without quantifying their individual impacts. Specifically for artificial intelligence, my base case is that it indirectly increases demand for verification and authentication services on-chain. However, the prospect of AI agents, either human, direct, or autonomous, using blockchain via smart contract wallets for the value of exchange would significantly alter growth projections. By incorporating an artificial intelligence growth factor starting in 2026, which adds 10% to the annual growth rate, we can begin to gauge this impact. Initially, the effect is modest, but by 2030, artificial intelligence agents could comprise of over 40% of total daily active users. This obviously creates some rather astronomical valuations for the blockchain assets, which will benefit from the transaction fees generated by increasing number of AI agents. Could you imagine that? Anyway, I'm just not going to get into too much. This is getting down a rabbit hole right now. Yes, that is yours truly. Bitcoin was at 63K earlier this evening, and I'm sure it will get back up there when the market opens. We're not that far away from Wall Street opening right now. Rect Capital, love the name. Bitcoin has repeated 2016 history, perfectly offering a downside wick below the bottom of a current reaccumulation range within a 3-week window after the halving. So basically, history is repeating itself. There you go. Let's go to 2024 right now. There you go. It's exactly the same. There's always FUD. People are always scared shitless. They always sell. Those of you who are continuing to, have a strategy or dollar cost averaging strategy, it's fairly simple like that. Now we're going to get into the interview with Brad Garlinghouse. Have a listen to this in the whole Black Swan event regarding Tether. It's wild. And, nothing would surprise me these days with Gary Gensler, okay? Have a listen to Brad Garlinghouse.
Do I think there's going to be another Black Swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a Black Swan, because I feel like Black Swan by definition can't really be like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, and I don't know how to predict
The impact that will have.
FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto. Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And, I bring this up in context of Black Swans is like, it's hard to know. But on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market that 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market, that should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's going to be another Black Swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a Black Swan, because I feel like Black Swan by definition can't really be like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The U.S. government is going after Tether.
There you go. That's just repeating that. But I just want to put that out there. If the U.S. government is going after Tether, prepare yourselves, because it's going to be huge. It would be the biggest thing to happen in cryptocurrencies. Bigger than FTX. It literally would be bigger than FTX. Huge. Because the entire market is based on stable coins and trading, right? So I hope it doesn't happen. I think that Tether is too big to fail. And I'm well and truly now, look, anything is possible, but just prepare yourselves and be careful. Don't go trading stupid amounts of leverage. Just take things easy, stick to an investment plan, strategy, whatever you're doing, take it easy, because it can get really wild if Tether goes down. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen, touch wood, but you never know. Anyway, let's have a look here. Ripple has partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we have announced and some we have not yet announced. This is what's really bullish, okay? There's a lot going on with Ripple in the background. Multiple partnerships with governments, institutions, financial institutions, you name it, they're doing it. And I'm sure there's a lot of stuff here that there's been a lot of NDAs signed as well. Have a listen to Brad Garlinghouse speak here.
Are domestic by nature. They're issued by a central bank or potentially issued by a central bank. So they're not really solving cross-border problems. They're solving domestic solutions more often than not. So look, I think that what we're seeing happen with stable coins, we're seeing happening with central bank issued digital assets, I think is exciting. I'm not exactly clear how it's all going to play out. You're seeing countries experiment and test. Ripple has partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we've announced, some we haven't yet announced, that they're issuing and testing using the XRP ledger to issue their digital assets on the XRP ledger as a token. So we're excited to be working with them. And look, at our core, Ripple's really good at working with enterprise customers. A government is just a big enterprise customer. We know how to sell to.
That's an interesting notion.
In some ways, it's just a really big enterprise customer. And we're pretty good at that now because we've had a lot of experience with it and worked with some of the largest banks in the world, as well as a lot of the smaller payment companies that have grown very quickly using our technology. It's helped them grow more quickly. At this is
I mean, I saw a video today, I think it was on TikTok, right? But I mean, or actually it was probably on X. There are some people out there that just hate XRP. They hate it, they despise it because the price has not moved. This one particular individual was stating that, you know, people have missed out on multiple gains from different cryptocurrencies and have surpassed them. Yes, I agree. There has definitely been other crypto assets that have gone way more up in value than, you know, for example, XRP. However, you need to look long term. It cannot just be looking at the price today. 1-2%, like forget about that. Seriously, you can't look at XRP at just for making quick gains. This is not how you make money in this space. It's as simple as that. You need to think long term. Long term. All right, you're not going to make millions of dollars overnight. And yes, it can happen. However, with this technology, it's still developing. It's still getting adopted by a lot of, you know, bigger, you know, players out there in terms of, you know, moving money across the world. But you've got to think long term with this, right? You really do. Moving on. This is an interesting one. Uphold CEO has has it all. Ripple stablecoins earning XRP interest, which is fascinating. I would love that. Have a listen to this. It's a 2-minute clip, and then we'll get into your questions. So, guys, if you have questions, leave them in the live chat. I'm going to get to them. Or any comments. I don't care what it is. I saw some random shit last week. It was hilarious. So if you've got any comments, questions, whatever, just put them up. Let's have a chat. And if you're having an espresso right now, I'm jelly. But we'll talk. Let's talk. So I'm going to play you this, and then we'll get to everyone's questions or whatever you guys want to talk about. Anything. I don't care what it is. Just put it up in the live chat. Have a listen to this.
Sure. Well, you'll have seen last year we had an announcement that we're now a node in the Ripple ODL network. So Ripple use us to handle payouts for multinational companies moving treasury from one part of the world to another. We cover Europe, the UK, and the US. And it's been a very exciting business for us. It's exciting to see the utility use case of a major crypto in action. We can see the flows being used. We can see major fintechs and financial institutions using it day to day. And, you know, it's for us, it's, you know, a fantastic piece of business. And, you know, we're big believers in blockchain technology. We're not really so interested in crypto as a speculative vehicle. And here's an example of how blockchain is being used to serve a major problem in traditional financial infrastructure. So yeah, we're very excited to be part of it. Yeah, well, we're hugely excited about the stablecoin. I think it's good news for the XRP project. It's good news for XRP holders. Our view is that it's likely to increase transactionality on the network. It will encourage more people to build on the XRP ledger. We saw, I mean, an example would be, we saw in Cardano last year, they introduced a stablecoin on their ledger midway through the year. And it tripled development activity on Cardano within 6 months. And I heard that from one of the founders. So I think it's going to be a tremendous step forward, actually. And also, I'd imagine, you know, if you're going in and talking to a major bank to adopt XRP as a way of moving value, it's going to be so much easier to talk about a stable coin. You know, banks don't employ people who understand crypto, but for them to understand a stable coin, it's going to make it a much easier sell, I think, to get adoption.
Certainly.
One of the most important things we want to do is introduce the ability for people to earn a yield on XRP held on Uphold. So you can expect an announcement next. We're very excited about that.
Next quarter.
Next quarter. Next quarter. We're working on it now, and we've got some very exciting news to come. And I've been asked several times this morning about the card. The card is coming back to the US. The debit card, we've now got a plan in place. We're busy building it at the moment, but you can expect the card to be back in the US towards the end of the year. I'm hoping for Q3, latest Q4, but virtual card, physical card, hook it up to any asset, spend it. super low FX rates. And I know a lot of people here were using it and then unfortunately had to withdraw it, but it's coming back. Sure, well, you'll...
Is that freaking bullish news or what? Come on. Seriously. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. A lot of people don't understand this, but hopefully that clarified everything for you. So not only is the XRP, or I should say Ripple stablecoin, going to increase the network, it's going to boost everything up. What I'm really liking about that also is the fact that if we earn a yield on our XRP holdings, that's going to be fantastic. It literally means you can earn a passive income, pretty much the same as what I do with my dividend investing, by the way. So again, dividend investing is a big part of my investing journey, and all my Patreon members get to see that, and you can follow that along. It's up to you. You can do whatever you like, but it's just another form of cash flow, and it's still developing and growing. So be patient with this, because there are big things coming. And also the Uphold card. I mean, I love crypto debit cards. They're awesome because it just removes the need for a bank. And if you're anything like me, banks right now are not, they hate cryptocurrencies. They hate us taking money out from their, from a bank and putting it into a crypto exchange. They absolutely hate it. I kid you not. I've said, I've heard this multiple times, but the big four banks here in Australia, they just don't allow it anymore. I mean, some do, some don't. I mean, as I mentioned before on the channel, I had a friend of mine that tried to take money out of his account. Literally, the customer service agent at, I won't name the bank, but literally said, we don't support cryptocurrencies, and it's literally one of the big four, so you guys can work that out. But this is why I love it. I mean, this is only just getting bigger and bigger. It's unreal. Absolutely incredible. That is it for X. Let's get into the live chat right now with every one of you, and I'm going to get to all your questions. I'm going to bring up my actual altcoin list right here, and you can see a couple of gems. And let's have a look here. We're going to get to all of this. I'm going to start up here. Let's keep scrolling up. Go right to the top. Let's go from here. Let's keep scrolling down. Sydney's in the house. Thank you, Nana Jules. JP in the house. Let's have a look here. They can't control it with ETFs. Yes. Diamond speaks with forked tongue. There you go. Norway's in the house. Welcome, Norway. It's incredible, man. I love speaking to people from all over the world. It's unreal. Sounds like when they put the IOUs in the suitcase, Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty much, that's in relation to the Monopoly stuff as well. Human speech, yeah, it's Bill Human. South Africa's in the house. Let's have a look here. XRP has been to $3.95 before, and I was happy then, and it will happen again. I totally agree with you. Let's bring that up. Let's bring it up. Let's go all time. It's still up. I mean, this is wild. 8,516% in all time. All time. Did anyone buy? I mean, it was a long time ago, right? But 2016. This is what people don't understand. 2016. It was in the pennies. I mean, it's incredible, the growth. Absolutely incredible. 8,500%. That's unbelievable. Let's have a look here. Tyrion, I now see why I have to visit South Africa. Yep, I agree. I'd love to visit South Africa and do one of those safaris and see the wildlife and the culture. Love it. Can't wait to get over there. It'd be awesome. Let's have a look here. Roger, better buy Velo than the XRP if you want to be rich in 2025. Well, okay. Johnny, Ripple right there, number one. I agree. Grant Malta, UK in the house. Johnny, Melbourne, awesome. Let's have a look here. Sergio, the Aussie government ruined OKX. It was the beginning to be the best exchange. Yes, the Australian government did ruin OKX. However, similar to what the SEC does in the United States by sending a Wells notice, I'm sure ASIC here did the same thing with OKX, and everything just turned to shit pretty much, and it's really annoying, but I'm still using it because it's still a great exchange. I'm really actually enjoying it, to be honest. Just set and forget my trading bots, and I do have a pop-up here. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look here. Thanks, love the information. No worries, Natasha. Joe, we've got Jamie Dimon once threatened to sack any employee trading or buying Bitcoin. Yeah, I remember that. It was a joke. is how hypocritical is that? Trisso, if Tether collapse happens, well, all I can say is get ready for absolute fire sale. Price is better than Black Friday and Boxing Day combined. I agree. If Tether collapses, it would be catastrophic. I mean, look at this. This is the third most valuable cryptocurrency. Having a look at USDT and the actual market, look at this. Fully diluted market cap is $113 billion. Circulating, I mean, totals $113 billion. I mean, that market cap is enormous. So, yeah, it would cause chaos amongst the market. No, all right, rate the app, get lost. So bloody annoying. Let's have a look here. Absolutely, I would use Ripple stablecoin to bias. Yeah, I agree. I would use it. I use USDT and would swap it in a heartbeat. I agree. I actually would. I'd use Ripples and USDC. Velo is hard to buy at the moment. Interesting. Link to Stellar Network, but only KuCoin. Joe, I'll have a look into Velo. I will look into that. We've got Trevor live from Essex, Tampa, Florida, Northern Nevada, US. Cheers, Anthony. Cheers, Jason. I appreciate that. Good morning from Pennsylvania. Love your insight and knowledge. Thank you very much. Smush Tether, question mark. Is that a question? Let's have a look here, my everything world. What off-ramp are you going to use to get your millions out if it has to be changed to fiat to use, and as you can't spend a Bitcoin down the street, the banks will opt to give you cash or let you use it. Look, I honestly foresee in this next coming bull market, people are going to start seriously using crypto debit cards. Hence the reason why you just saw the CEO of Uphold talk about this. Yes, I think cashing out in fiat currency, physical cash and depositing into a bank won't be an issue. However, that will definitely trigger, and I mean, you've got to pay taxes regardless. That will definitely trigger some questions on where the money's come from. It will definitely trigger the tax office wherever you are in the world. People just need to be aware of this stuff. I mean, it is what it is, right? And you've got to pay your taxes. Be a good citizen because you'll get into big trouble. Let's have a look here. How will you get your money out? I've just explained that. Tether goes bye-bye. If Tether falls, leave it at the door open for Ripple stablecoin. Yes, I agree. Maybe it's something that's in the works already, and Ripple knows this. Hence the reason why they're starting their stablecoin, of course. AMC Pump Week. AMC stocks. Yes, I mean, I did get into AMC and all GameStop and all that stuff when Wall Street Bets was doing all of that stuff, and what was it? BlackBerry. There you go. It was pretty cool. Let's have a look here. USA Knowledge. Go after huge company that can manage money properly instead of printing it. I hope the US citizens ditch their own dollar and use bricks. Let's see what happens, Sergio, with that one. The live chat's going crazy right now. Uphold was a disappointment for me. I couldn't join that exchange. I'm from Bahamas. Interesting. Let's have a look here. Scroll up. Here's a lot of questions like that. So here's my question. Is Ethereum and Tether backed AMC? Are we referring to the AMC stock? Let me know about that one. Roger. Vela, let's have a look. Judge Torres is awaiting stablecoin legislation. Then she makes her final determination. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. There's definitely going to be stablecoin legislation for sure. Let's have a look here. Anthony, from Jason. Anthony, do you buy precious metals as well? I make jewelry, so I deal with it all the time. I don't need any more silver and stuff. It's an absolute nightmare to store. And it's getting expensive now. Gold's up like, I kid you not, probably about 30% from the pandemic, which is crazy to think about that. Perth here too, mate. Yes, let's have a look here. So many questions about Velo, man. Let's have a look here. A couple more. I bought XRP in 2016 at 0.006, dropped 7.5 thousand on it, and then still happy today. That is incredible. Wow. I definitely would be keeping a hold on that. Let's have a look here. Please reiterate the timeline we currently have regarding the Ripple SEC case coming to an end. I think September. Just based on Judge Torres' previous rulings in the court case, I think well and truly September. She's going to need quite a bit of time to go through this information. Case in 2025 Q1. Yeah, well, it could be definitely over by then, but I think this year for sure. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Jeff Reynolds. Anthony, I had no problem with the Commonwealth Bank till they bought the 24-hour pause, then allowed it to go through. So I left and went to NAB. At NAB, an instant transfer to SwiftX in 3 seconds. Interesting though, because NAB were, NAB were one of the institutions that said they're not into crypto anymore. This was a few weeks ago, by the way. So interesting about that. There you go. I'm gotten through all your questions right now, but I think I might leave it there, Bulls, because I've been on this live stream now for 1 hour and 5 minutes. But guys, I really thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to head off and have something to eat because I've literally come straight from the office to do a live stream. So I'm starving Marvin at the moment. I'm hungry. Anyway, I am continuing to dollar cost average and stay bullish, and of course post up incredible content in the Wall Street Bull University. It is linked below. Go join up. There is a free version. There is a paid version. If you paid, you're a legend. If it's free, thank you so much. You're a legend as well. I really appreciate it. I love talking with everybody in there all the time. So go join up. It's linked below. Thank you to those 1,420 people that tuned in tonight. Absolutely incredible. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. I'm out of here, Bulls. I'm just going to go and relax. Maybe watch a bit of Top Gear tonight. Just chill out. Have some food. Anyway, have a good night, have a good afternoon, have a good morning, and if it's morning, have a triple shot espresso for me because I'm craving one now, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys absolutely rock. Without you watching this, I couldn't do this, so thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you, all right? Take care of yourselves. Stay bullish. Peace out. Bye.